Gangan maloyo fonye kituo Uganda kaachiel kidul maloyo piny man yune biyo machek tine go yarwogo aduogi piny pa klas abichiel mesinia memwaka alibere piru ang'wen ania sandi Akumu abikeli man matut kilok muken mapol tin iyup miloga ng'ema ochwiny.
At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Golo City oteko yaro bieklim wiye pi mwaka lim manyien alibero piru abich alibero piru bichiel wel mechiling bilion perdeku aboro tone aboro.
Additionally, they seem to receive an increment in the salaries for secondary teachers.
Amor titual mani yup meloga ng'ema ochwiny foyo ripe kedwa tin ni yup man ni Wan Luo television ania Sunday Akumu tin ni chiabich ni ndwe apaw ya ng'wen medre dek imwaka alibari piru abich. Gankal me fonye kituo Uganda kaachiel kidul maloyo piny lobo man UNEB man Uganda National Examination Board tine gochwalo woga duke piny pa klas abichiel mesinia magotimo piny man imwaka alibare piru ang'wen ikar mayaro woga duke piny man kinewane mondo tieno kwan manyira gotimo piny mabelo luwot gi mawuobe kon welgi obero nok embe welo tieno kwan mag gotimo piny eni mwaka ma okaro eni wanen kong report man kid maga yaro kwere tin ni kina kasero man State House mati Kampala Minister pefone kituo man mego Janet Museveni obelte yup man kaachiel klodir me gankal mege kaachiel kilodiro me UNEB. Malupe kia duoki piny meke yaro tini man piny pa klas abichiel mesinia magotimo mwaka mokati lutino kwan gubero mapol ente kom lutino kwan alip 141 141 magotimo penyi anyiero timo piny maber loya wobe dok bene men furu metamera ni yawe mwaka ma okaro ni mwaka ma okaro chani alibare piru dek lutino kwan obero gin alip 100 kapa 575 magotimo peny pi me UACE ikomeno wel lutino kwan magomete imwaka ma okaro chani ki porke mwaka ma okaro ni obelo lutino kwan alip 440 maweng chung pi percent 80 to na ng'wen. Ikom lutino kwan egoni anyiera magotimo peny imwaka ma okati obedo gin alip 51 457 ma ochung' pi 43 to na bichiel ikom 100 ka wobe obedo gin alip 80 ki 34 ma ochung' pi 55 to na ng'wen ikom 100. Karan madit padul maloyo piny Uganda man Uganda National Examinations Board UNEP yo machak dano do ikar mete yar doke piny wena nyier gotimo piny maber loya wobe ipiny ma okaro ene en wani mon karbet ni mon welgi obero nok anyiera ma okar piny maber magono principal passes adek ariyo obero duong' kabene wel magien magoporo bero nok wega wobe gotimo piny magoro kaiporo kenyira. Min ot President Yoweri Museveni mabena en yeti minister pila konfonye kituo Uganda man mego Janet Museveni ayo yar doki piny mantin ki State House nakasero mati Kampala.
This is testament to efforts they have made to become better citizens who will lead more productive lives when they are eventually released back into society.
Ikin subject magatio mabe ma oloto alok berutie mwaka ma okarni ayo bero economics, literature in English, physics kidong biology. Ento piny madok oloto kitimo romo lowo ke mwaka ma okati ayo bero entrepreneurship, Christian religious education, geography, chura fu kidong chemistry iken mokene. Egar matika teto gwak kit pera ngo ma wero aduki peny pa subject ego ni obedo kumeno eno waini moni kaber mitimo peny mapoli pegi tiego syllabus wen kwidi kit ma miyor gi funy kere dok man beno okelo pero economics otwalo tiyan kwan bobedo ker megamo la peny mabe tutwale loko jema ma Uganda no ma national income kit machuk tikwere loko muchoro kidong monetary policy ikin mokene.
On behalf of the government, I want to appreciate UNEB for this work that they do. More so in 2024, when we had to administer the Pioneer UCE examinations under the revised lower secondary curriculum, as well as winding up on the end of cycle examinations for UCE under the old curriculum, and then PRE also. The end of cycle examinations across all levels, that is PRE, UCE, and USCE, combined for the year 2024, saw a 7.1% increase in total candidature. Whereas 2024 USCE examination results alone had a 28% increase in candidature. The fact that we may not be able to explain right away why we are seeing good results today does not mean that the good results just come about by a stroke of chance. Often, there is intentional work that has been done by government over the years in the background. I have taken note of the observation that the learners amongst the 2024 USCE cohort who studied sciences and mathematics continue to increase year in, year out. This is a desirable trend, as you heard Mr. Dong say. That is good for a science-driven socio-economic transformation as a country. The way sciences and mathematics are taught needs to change. This change starts with a teacher changing his or her attitude toward STEM and how it ought to be taught. Grading system is confusing, as you heard Mr. Odong say. UNEB is going to come up with awareness engagements to increase the public's understanding of how the grading system works under the revised lower secondary curriculum. Higher education institutions must now, as a matter of necessity and urgency, review their respective curricula for initial teacher education and training. So that's the trend we are taking. I'm sure you understand that we are moving from here to also higher education at the university level. The mismatch where universities continue to graduate teachers who cannot utilize competence-based and learner-centered curricula is undesirable. I call upon the higher education subsector to take keen interest in the process of reviewing the A-level curriculum over the course of the next 4 years, as has been provided for by Cabinet. The government policy of liberalization of education service provision has seen 48 private universities, as you all know, established across the country by the private sector. Secondly, the government has been establishing a public university in each region around the country in a phased manner as resources become available. This is commendable. It is use of ICTs in delivering an enhanced learner experience while assessing education services in an efficient manner. As I communicated at the release of the 2024 UCE examination results, schools have the individual responsibility to always maintain confidentiality and privacy of the learners' results. My plea to you is to keep yourselves safe and healthy so that you become all that your Creator, the Almighty God, put you here on earth to achieve.
Ikaber mitimo peny malotino kwano bedo yepe no meteke por ki mwaka ali bedo piru wadek. Ober katimo peny gin ali bariyo 101 enti mwaka mokate ober katimo peny ali bariyo 255. Ikom lutino kwan ng'wen mag utimo peny mwaka mokarni lutino kwan ali 35 157 gutimo peny me Universal Post Level Education and Training UPOLET kama romo gin manok ye gutimo peny magamente ayopo chulo pire. Lutino kwan ali 35 152 ni goa ki yup me kwan nono magamente miyo ifonye me senior ochake senior 1 ni yo kwere senior 4. Pelo ng'e mo chwiny e Wan Luo television ania Sunday Akumu. Hello ng'e mo kene mo ati kwer piny tine ni mono Gulu City otiko yaro biekle wiye pi mwaka limanyen ali bedo piru abich ali bedo piru bichel iwel metiling billion per boro tone ang'wen achila bichel man kona ya biekle magobo miyo bod kankan megamente mtedero pi mwaka limatika bino manyen enim la diero mai district man mesiti go wani mono biekle mano dok pinge por ke mwaka lima okaro matika wot eni man abero wel metiling billion per bongwen tone abongweni piane yup me yusmi do tero timo Igulu City. David Magere obedo Igulu City Council en kilok man kombeti kore kikore.
Gulu City Council otiro yaro wako wiye me biak lim me mwaka lim alibari ki piru beach alibari ki piru bichel iwel me chilling billion per boro million mia ngwen ka para bichel ki chilling ali per ngwen me bungwen magi bichwal wako idwe ma beach we gankal maloy lok me gamente mete dero jol i biak lim me mwaka man pelobo Uganda yaro wiye me biak lim man kono time i otgore pa Gulu City Council man city boardroom ma otime chiande kenini malobe ki yaro biakli meno mala kwane obedo karan mador lok mele mi Gulu City man Carolina dong umokoni kono biakli memwar mano dok pinke por ki biakli memwar mukaro tian lok mogo ma eno yaro kongo winy ikari ma eno lok man.
The draft estimates for financial year 2025-2026. Madam Speaker, Gulu City expects to receive a total revenue of 38,416,049,000 shillings in the financial year 2025-2026. This is a decrease in revenue in comparison with the last financial year due to the fact that USMID AF is no more, but we expect to add another form of USMID called USMID in negotiation if negotiation is complete with one bank. Areas where there has been increment are in program conditional development grants for education and health as well as DDEG for the 8th quarter, which will be spent according to the DDEG guidelines. Additionally, the city received an increment in the salaries for secondary teachers as per the second budget code circular attached.
Inoni Innocent Haimbi Sibwe makono ti town clerk me Gulu City kono wajeni karibeti biaklimo dokping gen gibe tute menene olo Gulu City ilo rome lem gi malo e biaklim mukene matika bini ya nyim.
Gulu and other towns, cities have been benefiting from the USMID project under the funding with the World Bank. That's why you can see the infrastructure that has come up. So most of it makes Gulu shine, but the project ended. So another new project like you had the secretary present, it is in the offing, but we have not yet been given the real figures that we are able to have as Gulu City. So along the way we expect communication on the indicative planning figures in relation to the World Bank funding USMID, because the successor program is almost concluded. So along the way, planning is static. We shall make a supplementary budget. But for now, a bigger part of the revenues that were coming, because I think Gulu was getting over 70 billion. So don't get surprised if we all of a sudden say we are moving over from 38 to maybe 80 or 75 billion. So we still have hope of those interventions.
Inoni adong kono bene o yaro kama leng pingo pera tek tutwal no merge met kero meling kon en kwano we look nyo theme me biak lim me mwaraman matie ilo malo kero me limi chinga nywele me Uganda ki lok me ilo lok rom me fu rom me moy medo mocham ki dong tiji nyonyo pa mono nyo ICT ilok me don lobo.
Madam Speaker, the theme for this year's budget is full monetization of Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, expanding and broadening services, digital transformation and market access. Madam Speaker, the budget theme is intended to make a positive change in the lives of our people through improving the service delivery in terms of goods and accessible roads, safe and clean drinking water, healthcare services, friendly and green environment, conducive, friendly investment opportunities, as well as mobilization of households for wealth creation.
Inoni karibet kid meno kono pul city council beno kwano jema pol magen gutio e mwali matika war nyimi maikenge ti ye geru gudi mukene chulo muchara nyo rayo lima tika iri roma malo tutwal manyurni don lobotie lorangea e Wan Luo TV David Magere Igulu City.
Again, machal kimeno council Arua City benguti ko chwalo wa biakli muye wepi magali manyen eni e wel mechiling billion perwan ya boro tone aboro ikar makon ngitika ya biakli man gen wan gibiti yu kilim eni chiling billion per bichelo ya rio tona beach ilokom ke lotela mabe kidong man yobje magetium pilwak ma obotero bud biakli man madit loyo pe magali mameki ali beru piru beach ali beru piru bichel Emmanuel Joko berute yup manikar ma ya biakli Malado Council leo bedo Speaker Teddy Yako Gloria eni City Council Marua wateke lokman matutpi ini yup melo wange mochwing manki ya Arua City West Nile.
Council misiti mirarua udaru ni ketu mapodi juu yungo sente maromo billion piera ngwenu ya bora kutone abora isilingi pi oro palim mi elifario kupierario ya bish man elifario kupierario ya busiel. Enike ubedu sente maju wado iwang juru kansila man juru tela misiti mirarua ikare mirombo migi i City Hall silingi billion pira busiel werio kutone a beach jube chiti ukudu iyore mineno kite matich utie kani wotu kudu man ni sholo musara pa juru tich ma eni utie sente madit maulayo ikin sente ma jupo kubende i jang tich matungtung Moses Adriko mautie karani madit mirarua city maloyo Willem Lim washonia piretek nia jumeo silingi billion pira busel weario kutone beach i jang tich mi city ne maneno maloyo Willem tich nyoke administration pinikom piretek akesha ni neno nia tich wotu iyore maber.
Local resource 6.5 billion. Our central government transfers remains 42 billion. 369 million, 368,411 shillings. Our general IPF stands at 48 billion, 869 million, 368,411 shillings. Madam Speaker, that happens to be our IPF. Under that, Madam Speaker, administration has taken 30.4%, equivalent of 6 billion, 549 million, 530,813.
Ikarema ebedukani weshu ikuma loka ma government uokudu mania omako kubang oru ni shakiri ku oru eni government mitedero matungtung omako unyut sente ma omako giti kudu i oru palim manindu mirajika omako ubed nindu pierario padui miradek enike ubedungo kitema government ubedu kanimitu kudu nia omako ginyut sente migi itumpa dui mirabusiel kubang oru Eni utie lembe ma City Clerk David Chasanko unyuture.
We received this circular, it's called second budget called circular. We normally get a first one, which informs us how to go about the budget. Then we receive the second budget, so-called circular, which gives us the IPFs, the real figures on which we use the budget. And this budget has come from this circular because it tells us how much government is going to give. And then we start the budget. From NDP4, which I've just completed, we always get information from His Excellency the President, the NRA manifesto, because the ruling government, all those documents that are concerned. Now,
RCC Mirarua City Godfrey Jona Mbigiti bene umiofoch itela pakanso Mirarua City pinishwako yub pa governmente matungtung masagune yub mi parish modo.
I want to thank the office of the State Club and your team on PDF. I thank you. You are doing a very good job. And very soon we shall be having His Excellency the President. But if we continue to identify success stories, it will be of an added advantage. There is encroachment on wetlands. As I speak now, River Menya is dry, but all that comes back to us as leaders.
Arua City Council eni umako ward iwan council sentene ichenkasiario kara jujole man juchwale ve iwange I governmente midiere ichenkasi adek pi Wan Luo television and Ujoke Manuel ni ai kudi Arua City Hall.
Notela maya pa district dongite kuchungater katika koro ya rayup madit magere gobijolo mane ya rayup memia gwer petu malere magibitimo pelotino mane tutemelweni komtu man chokcha government migane woki bod kankal meyot ko mokati kon kibiki ya gwer petu malaria mane kolotino mapol iluboman yup man magane mon president John Museveni yobero wela wari en kibitimo ni ndwario mitumi ngweni mwagaman ket malago akere keyboard kamente yiwo butima ya patch Boma Grounds wanen kong keyboard Jasper Igwel en latich pa Wan Luo TV mate ya patch municipality.
Kero uri kere yarbe mede kere pokotan roa boto tedaro wekotino kere ja don ti kere yorber ibe buriyering tie kin jama me gamente obino ber kere kar metimo tuta me dwako ping ro meto me kimere achala dugi metua tipe makoto dero to man na ma obera na me kere kom dano yonge obera me kawo to man ber kere kar me kayo dano dog reporter ni manu we atina pol ber kere kar me wenyi kogi kay por kere kita metu man ne ho kere ja don korto man ali roki ya metimere komotino we gamente kom kar mani be dogola me yot kom kato kere yora nyen ame obino ber kere kar me gwero tino agwera kere yad metua tipa ketu yan mani ti chame gamento kateke ni doko bini chako kere gwero tino ameti ya pach yoba me gamente bini dong ya bokera tiatiri yoba me gwer man pi kana loro ama beri ni ndwario me dumangwen mohani rokia nakamate amober communication officer on special need in ministry mayotcom en kono tiro piko ma gwer man.
The malaria vaccine is a safe vaccine, so we encourage everyone that starting the month of April, they take their children between the months of 6 and 18 to receive the malaria vaccine. This vaccine is being introduced because it is going to help to reduce severe cases of malaria and death among children. We know that children are the most vulnerable category of people who are dying because of malaria. So we feel if we introduce the malaria vaccine used along other prevention measures, we shall be able to reduce the number of children who are dying of malaria.
Ilo kere kere cho amuri district headquarter ma pach chenga deki karme en kono tia ber kere karme rwata kere tala ma pach kundungu moho bot jo ma pach yoba man na ma bera pach rokian nakamate otero tian kabango omio district ma pach kindusi hamete Uganda loro en namo yero me jollo yoba man.
According to our data, we see that a number of children are dying of malaria in Apache, and we need to step up this. At the same time, Apache is one of the districts that has a big number of children that are not immunized. The zero-dose children in Apache are quite high. So we are tangling the two, that the cases of malaria among children is high in Apache, and at the same time, the number of unimmunized children in Apache is also high. This is why we have decided to come in Apache and launch the malaria vaccine.
Aguera pitua tipa maname ya tere putika piotina tino. Rokia nakamate otero weltiana diame atina chel mirber kirkare menung aguera man.
So for someone to be fully protected, they need to take this vaccine 4 times. This is at 6 months, at 7 months, at 18 months, and at 18 months. But just in case someone doesn't get at 6 months, for as long as a child is below 12 months, he can always go and receive their first dose of the vaccine. When they go to a facility, the health worker will advise them when to return to receive the second, third, and the last dose.
Ento karmo penikono akwaho kadong atina me onu aguera man ko dong tua tipa pe ber ker me mako enkono otakwer logman kontirni manno.
When a child gets the malaria vaccine, this does not mean that the child will not get malaria. The child might get malaria, but he will not get the severe form of malaria, which usually leads to death. So we encourage children, we encourage parents and caregivers that even if your child has gotten the vaccine, continue practicing the other prevention measures. Ensure that your child sleeps under a mosquito net. Ensure that in case there are signs of malaria, they rush to a health facility to get prompt treatment and testing.
Ikomba asante dongo mober won kama bij ma pachi jollo bebe magi mo ya ministry major kom ameno wara pach pimoko yoba dit me ya bagwera pi tutino ikop kom tuo tipa ama bera pach en kono ter ni manno
ame man obero initiative aber to by government of Uganda e ka yero ke ni apach kana don cases ma ya te duon ya lo we lo dushu en abed ni district kama launching ye yiri ko ri gino ka te mera mana me launch one very excited ke no yi wai go wai gum the one over the case me ma na tra lo yi apach again also e ka do ko ni we launching apach me jo apola wela don abino kan e program no ame launch era be ni be ario me de ma ngwen e mo hani ene en gino me want to ke jonno obino gine meeting ere Marshall meti mashori wani o yera paj Mario mekel wa amuta beni adwonglo bena bedo welo ma wora ibino me launching gino no
acho akwa ko machato nyomi yo onywal berge kar me cholo chente pi mi yoten ge berge kar me nungo yad me agwera pitwa tipa akawang president district mapach Andrew Nyok kamober RDC mapach mobedango beratie.
This vaccine, as far as the information we have is concerned, it is free of charge. Nobody is supposed to pay anything because all payment for it is catered for by the government of Uganda together with other partners, other international partners that has really supported Uganda in bringing in this vaccination. So it is free of charge and nobody should be charged even a single shilling for having this vaccination done.
Wan Luo television, Just Pegwell, Iapach municipality.
Monjuk magiti Arua City ko kati kon ke warga mako joini pat bolo telema city man manyuro chwetni kaido magiti kwere ket magiteri gen eni chati chuk ni eni chuk madit mayarua ni geno wani mono apok madit kom ket magiteri kwere gen kon wakatika balwa megi ket me chat mameki kibene timu biashara karan padul pamon magi Dorin Tiatia ayo yaro Lokman bolo telema Yarua City kikono Robert Ariaka beruti wang chawaman en kele lok ma obero doge yup mamewa man loka nge ma ochwin wanen kong kore ki kore. Dul palochat magi donge miani mono lutela me en chok nini omi borkin kabero ma pore waketat jema kichikwerni labo ayela moke ken. Mabole kidigen mi chako chero katimo tik para cha piani mon ngej mano giti kwere peti ati doki mwaka ali biripiro wachele mon aboro guchako kono katiki manifesto palo chare chuk magi kikony pedul Mesiha Network on Economic Justice mawe kono kelo yela kabene joka yela ko mon magiti chuk lo komfonye ger kino jimo ken mapol me don logo maono tie Yarua City. Lajen mano konyo joko matek kanywa mano ti komoni kaber mapol mechuk kidong ki kaber me ko padano mano gitiye ingi kate kichwako mokman. Jane Akwero mati won kom padri wala market vendors cooperative owani mon gament kedul mapeje kom gien ento giteno ko yupe don lobo omiro gumi chuk marwate kimon maketim vara kidong muni. Eno wani mon gin mukena American ni gitima yeben ke beka jopo yugi tere wakiti mabe ka ben ket ye je moko we mach marom bene gwoko mon mabe kilo chat mai dadamu market tutwale wek gwok bene dano kikum leye malata. Joyce Oyeru matiwon kom vara market vendors cooperative wani mon jima mon miro pole tie medongo kinpajo. Dul pamon magdong man gule ko tela menen gichobo per mamon tike me kwere chuk tutwale kaber me chat mabene keme ke yor kompamon magi keme ke jemu kene matek mapol ichawo me dukti ke pele wange mocho in e Wan Luo television Robert Ariaka Kisiti Merua. Ilogangea mukeni wa maro biashara ruodi maila mo district guti rojolo kichingi hapa hata mifuru sunflower chalowe yo achil miriemo chan ki tedero ruodi magi ki konya pala nyalo no mai tedero gino weni pira tekniki ket yu makin mano miero bitie weka lawala ko bitie kindano mekin pachi Ismail Jacob Jones kele Lokman Kambiti
Programan me iloker me chente Kilonyo, iching lutela te kwaro, gena bungwen ki group palifu, abungwen ma pat, matie la mo district, tie ki mir me jingu chwin lufu ma pol, my district man, me chako fur kode mugo, me achara, chalo en sunflower ginem. Ruot oboya Washington lawyer, en tikin ruot te kwara chel, manongi ya goro, ila mo district dok bene wajane, itie ki gen pan teklutal ne, cham dong benya ma teklutal, iya cholim.
Pien wa yam peti la tina chuli mo gwa ko kene kit ma chalo jor so tiga timane ke kwar me chule chiro to komberika ini chiro ga ruor ino buri od lum chambe ne na ibe wile cham gi hotel bori chi ker ma Johnson komberu kele ke kwar me chuli angeni obe don ke kwaro dano bibino pajo ka gwa ko kaneno ruor kare duju Pian gi bino no gina chama tie ganda nga ini chiro ma gina chama pe bedo chiangeni gin ma enti gatimone obe don wado twan
Ruot Washington wajane ikar mo kar ngej cham no tima pol tutali ya chule pian ne dano no gen gi fur fu malad mai kien gena fur mo kene che wajimi me charam kitung chel uling jino udong won kom parwede mela mo district wajani ubedo tek tutal kilo tela te kwaro meber ka fur fu malaj tutale kode mano ke ramotero ne ichuk
machalo ke olong in machalo ruot no mi ribet gin mo bedo ine beda daga mario be keli wa bene riemo ke pian angeni ruot ka tie lwak dan le po sidong ka in be gang machalo ruot champe ma ipur kingi en angeni be rom pian pu ma yam ma chon ni madano lwak purun dong petime eno mi atabne ana mi tapo da di Johnson da me par pi wan yo tam pi wan rudi me konyo ko wa pian yam mi ki ra cham ki mi ter gang kal endo de karne chuli me kar pe ti atim na nyurde endong ko bi ti ka tim ne ma ka ngo aka
en wajane kit machalo sunflower dong chuk ke tiene gitigi gan matek tuan ko paruri mete kwar me la mo bulak ke matek tuan ikar mau karangej luak me achil no gen gi fur fu alayam ki char me ko lima mate puti ga chap county fu alaya fut piratek wai kom karnim David Udwa won kompa dul me alaya makilwoni chan choya manonge putira wajone kom karne gitiga fur fu palme magi kamo kene ben gen gi fur me biashara
ene watia lea watio ben chanta nian mo kana ene pecabira chiel wa pur ki de no wa pur ya ka chiel ki de ni na chiel no wa pur ya ka chiel kano ben porre tara ene wa pur ya ka chiel ni na di ya ka rio ni na chiel ma to tena pikir ene
so kan yo fu me chiel
ka chanta wa pur chiel to tena pikir na di piar chiel ya bi mo ko rot ka konya ke dan ngere ma be an ka ngero mo wan wa chero pur chendre an piaro chi ba bi mano an mero mi ba ka be puro no dio an wa mi ba an be na reyo ka wa na an mi tingo kero no be ke ba dan ba
dul man mageti kilo me magana paw ya bechele kom kan gi fur por ekachel iniano achel kitung chel Johnson Nyego Kezekia maltiela tembe achara ka achel kila nya lonyo achel ila mo district oter ni meno miran memege tie miriamu chan wago iching luak me la mo district.
I have studied the farmers' condition during the period when we were opening accounts with the DFCU Bank, beginning right from Noya through to Pade to Agago up to Lamour. I saw the level of poverty. Opening an account needed only 10,000 shillings, and these people didn't have that 10,000 shillings.
Niego wajane iker factory labe mo ila mo district and te tiki perma territorial ne lufu pegaramo kelo sunflower maramo imachin may man.
I'm able to do 10 tons per day, but people have never produced enough. You see, they have been very skeptical about the market, basically because the prices have been too much lower. I understand they have been even cheating them for 700 per kilo.
Ite yop menya elonyo mala dieto katikere gen tieni kibi fur por eka piera bongen palufu ka chen ki ruere mete kwar gena pab ya boro mapia ki chako konyo lufu mukene magetie la mo district. Ismail Jacob Jones pe Wan Luo television ila mo district.
Afuene no lokangaya man me lokangaya mo chinyo karobotin kanki Wan Luo television tum chabito benowe matikani waka lokman ki social media watiki Facebook page watie benke WhatsApp number watiki YouTube channel subscribing kuno kama nilobwa X man Twitter machon weng waikupe ki Wan Luo TV kama no ingaji matiki galo wang ania Sunday Akumu tum chabito benmabe wa marketing baraja.